everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I've got an exciting video for you today. We are doing another new swag versus a bag. This time we're doing the Paul McBeth Kratos. This is the Tour Series Z Flex Jawbreaker plastic. It's a mouthful, and this is gonna be fun to throw. I've been dying to throw this thing. I picked it up on Saturday from Discraft in their trailer, and that they now have, by the way, which looks awesome. So if you're at a tournament nearby, make sure you check out the new mobile shop. But I'm really excited to throw this thing. This is what some people just call it a beaded Luna, which is perfectly fine by me. I found that I throw kind of hard and sometimes not very well. So the Lunas tend to flip over for me. So I'm really excited to throw this thing. But we are comparing it against the Plasma Envy. This is my main throwing putter. Absolutely love this thing. I like to shred with this. This is stable enough where I can get some baby flexes with it. If I torque over it a little bit, I know it's coming back. It's not going to turn and burn. And then my completely neutral slash slightly understable, depending on how well I throw it, disc is my X EMAC Judge. I love this thing. Had it for quite a while now, and may have a new one coming soon to the channel. Stay tuned for that. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check my socials, because that's going to be coming very, very soon. So we're going to compare this thing. These are my throwing putters, and that's how I'm going to compare this thing. I know they have it in base plastic where you can do putting, or just as a regular putter, but that's not how we're going to compare it today. So I'm really excited about it. It flies. I've got a couple test throws on it, and as we go throughout the video, I've shot some footage with it from the drone. It flies pretty stable. I threw it, just ripped it in the field a couple of times, and compared it to these two. And of course, the Judge is just super neutral and straight. It hyzer flips and just drops out of the air. The Envy, I was able to give it just a little bit of flat to anhyzer, and it came back nicely. On the same exact line, this bad boy came crashing back to the left. So it is pretty stable. I'm excited. We're gonna try it on a couple of holes. We're not gonna do a full round. So we're gonna do some anhyzer shots, some forehand shots, some bombers. We're just gonna mix it up. So let's head over to hole number one and we'll get started. Alrighty, hole number one is 250 feet. And we're not gonna throw, since I'm comparing it to two separate discs, I'm not gonna throw both on each hole. We're going to, since I have an understable and stable, we're going to see if this disc can do it all, since it's pretty beefy. I'm just gonna pick the disc that I would normally throw for that shot. So for this one, it's 250 feet, and we've got this big hill here, and where you can see those folks throwing, just to the right of that tree is the hole. So you kind of want an anhyzer shot if you're throwing backhand, right-hand backhand that is, like me. So you kind of want to flex it over and let it come back. So I'm going to throw that shot with the Judge. And then with the, I think I'm going to have to put a lot more anhyzer on it with the Kratos, because this thing is pretty stable. So once they clear out, we're going to start off with the Judge, and then we'll throw the Kratos. Ooh, that went pretty long and to the right, so it didn't come back. See if we can do better with the Kratos. Oh, gave that one a little too much juice as well. I think they're kind of in the same spot. So we juiced both of these, got the anhyzer, but it really didn't come back. So if you put it on a steep enough anhyzer, it will hold it. So that was interesting. So let me see if I can put this in. Ooh, you know what, straight flyer. Gave it a little too much hyzer. Let's try the Judge. It was a little bit closer, but still outside circle. That just comes from knowing that disc so much. I've thrown that one a lot. We're gonna move on to the next hole. It's one of the bigger holes on the course. We're just gonna see how these things fly when you put some air on them. Hole number two, it's really fun, which is why I'm probably gonna throw all three discs on this one only, because it's just a big bomb straight down the hill. It is 322 feet, and we've got a little bit of a headwind, which shouldn't affect these discs at all. So we're going to just kind of, since these two are supposed to be a little more stable, we're going to hang them out to the right and just let them come back to the basket. The bag got the birdie on that one with a long putt, so we're going to start off with the Envy. All right, little baby flex. And we're right at edge of circle. Let's try the same thing with the Kratos. All right, same baby flex. Kind of the same flight, really. Well, the Kratos went a little bit farther, but they're right about the same distance from the basket. And now, just for fun, let's get the EMAC Judge. Oh, that's going straight at it. That was a little short, but I also think right at the edge of the circle. That's why I love that disc. Let's go down there and see how well we are grouped together. Walking up, let's see how we landed. We are just outside of circle with the Judge. Same thing with the Envy. And wouldn't you know, about 20 feet past that is the Kratos. A little bit closer to the basket, but definitely got more distance. So I like it so far, but it's very comparable. Let's see if we can put these in. Oh, off the cage. Let's try the Envy. Oh, another one off the cage. All right, so hopefully that little extra that we got from the Kratos will get us actually in the basket. There it is. So now we're even. Okay, we've jumped over to hole number 4. It's 235 feet. It is straight shot, but it's a tunnel. We've got trees all the way down. You can't get too wide. So it's gonna be just a nice flip up hyzer, theoretically, maybe a little baby anhyzer. So we're gonna see how this goes. This was, we got the birdie with the Kratos. So we're gonna throw that one first, and then we will throw, normally I would throw the Judge on this one for the flip up hyzer, so we'll throw the Judge next. Oh, turned it over. But it's, look at that, it's coming back around the big tree. It's kind of hard to see, but we got around that big tree, that last big tree on the right, just barely, and it hyzered all the way back. So we're still like probably 35 feet. That's how stable that thing is. Even with some wind, it fought its way out with a bad throw. So let's see if we can get a good throw and get a flip up with this one. Because we want to go right down the middle, maybe a little to the right side, and just let it coast in towards the basket. Ooh, we caught concrete and slid across the path past the basket, but we're up there. So this is the big tree I'm talking about with the Kratos. We in-hyzered it past this thing. And let's go up and see where we landed, because this thing actually hyzered back, missed that tree, and we are right here just before we got to the fence. So it still had enough stability to hyzer back. There's the basket. So we still have an edge of circle putt, but not too bad. It's pretty stable. That's 2 for 2 on long putts with the Kratos. It's a pretty good putter. I would consider that in putting plastic. See if we can get it with the Judge as well. Nope, too much hyzer. But I like the Kratos. Jumping over to hole number 5. We're doing this one, it's short, it's 158 feet, but the reason I want to do it is because I'm looking at these discs. I use them for throwing, and then I also use them for approaching. And this one is, you can go right down the middle, but the most common play is go left with something overstable with a forehand. And that's what I want to try. I want to see if these discs, the Kratos specifically, can handle a forehand. Not full power, but enough to be able to chip shot something up to a basket. So that's why we're gonna do it. We're gonna compare it to the Envy on this one, because that's what I would use the Envy for. So With that other long putt, the Kratos has the box. So let's give this a standhill forehand, see if we can get up there. It's got a chance. Oh my goodness. We almost threw that in. Holy smokes. That worked. See if we can do it with the Envy. Oh! We got the tree, but it was on the same flight line, so pretty sure the Kratos is going to take this one as well. And just for fun. Straight up the gut. Fan grip for the win. Oh, off the tree. Ah, it was on line, but it was short. All right, so our judge landed right here with the crazy tree kicks. And the Kratos, we were about 6 feet deep. So we really had that thing dialed in. It was at chain height. See if we can get 3 in a row. Kratos. Ah, that was all me. That's not the disc. Really liking this thing so far. We're gonna play one more last hole, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, last hole we're gonna play today. It's hole number 9 on the course, 235 feet. And this one is either a big forehand or an Anheuser. We're throwing backhand. So we're gonna go with the Anheuser. And we saw on the first hole, because I yanked them over, the judge and the Kratos really held that Anheuser. So I'm curious to see if I can get these to hold all the way over to the basket. And this time we're gonna throw all 3 because I wanna see if it'll hold all the way over. Is it gonna hold over and pan out and flatten? I don't know, we're gonna find out. So we are gonna go with the judge first. We'll do judge, Kratos, Envy, just because that's how I wanna do it. EMAC Judge. All right, that is starting to stall. All right, so we are left of the basket, so we need to give it some more Anheuser, especially with these, because they are more stable than the judge is. So let's see if we can give it some more Annie. There we go. That's actually going past the basket to the right. So that one didn't pan back. That's super interesting. Envy. Let's see if we can get the happy in between. Nope, didn't get over on it as much. But man, did it go far. All right, let's go see where those landed. We'll get our final thoughts at the basket. All right, judge from behind the camera. Nice. That was about 20 feet. Now see if we can get the Kratos, which is a little further out. It really held that turnover. But we've been putting well with it. Oh, just high. We grab that and we'll get our final thoughts. Okay, so what are my final thoughts on the Kratos? Overall, I really like it. It feels very familiar because to me it feels almost like a classic judge. It's got the bead, it's got the profile very similar. The EMAC Judge, this one specifically, is very flat and it's got the micro bead, so it's a little less stable, but it's a very familiar feeling to me. Like everyone says, it feels like a beaded Luna. And that's where I think these would complement each other really well, and I think that's what Paul was going for. You could putt with Lunas or these, but for throwing specifically, which is what we were testing, you could very easily carry this as your overstable putter, get a little bit of finish, and then your hyzer flip and your turnover shots with the Luna would be a pretty much perfect combo, and that's exactly what Paul was going for. I really like this. I don't know if it's gonna make the bag yet because I absolutely love my Envy, and it's just really, it's like a comfort blanket. I know this thing. I know that if I turn something over a little bit, it's gonna come back. That's why I love this disc. and then my EMAC Judge. I can hyzer flip this thing, I can turn this thing over. It just is glide for days. Love this thing. So as of right now, no, it's not making my bag, but it definitely could make yours. And if you want to pick one of these up, check out Discfam online at their shop. I've got a link in the description. Use my promo code BEARD2024 to get 10% off your order. They've got the entire Tour Series lineup, and get whatever you need. On Saturday when I won my tournament, I picked up the Kratos and a Passion, but there's some other ones I want to try out. So make sure, thanks for coming along. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. What disc should we do next? I'm open for some suggestions. We do have more than just video or disc reviews coming, so stay tuned for that. We've got some battle videos and a few other things up our sleeves. In the bag video should be out already, so I hope you enjoyed that. What are you throwing this year? Do you think your bag's going to change at all? Is it the same from last year to this year? Curious to find out. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.